It's the Snark crew, and we're back. Let me pull the live chat on the screen if we've got it. I don't know, so we'll set that up. It's been a million years since we've snarked, and I can't wait. I'm so and I don't know if Emma's gonna hop in the chat, but she's always welcome to stream with us.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
gonna let I'm gonna let all of my cohorts go first. So if you're new to the Snark crew, we talk about Beachbody and Carl Deichler and the nonsense that's going on over in Beachbody with their health esteem, their plagiarism of healthy terms and lack of understanding of just normal things that they should probably know. Instead, they're perpetuating awful diet culture and harming people. So we're here to shed the light on it. So I'll let Cheryl go first. Our podcast expert extraordinaire who has an incredible podcast. So Cheryl, tell everybody who you are.
I am not a podcast expert by any means, but I appreciate that, DC. I am Cheryl Spears. Sorry, I have Amber's sexy, non-sexy voice today. I am the host of the Call Cheryl Hun podcast, where I empower women or former Huns or former robots or whatever we want to call them to come on to the show and share their experiences that they experienced while they were in a multi-level marketing. Majority of the time we talk about Beachbody, but we're open to all MLMs because
Yep.
it's pretty interesting. I was in Beachbody for eight years. I still can't believe that. I got out in February of 2022, so my 1-year anniversary is coming up, and that's about all I got right now. That's it. Miss Amber.
Hi everyone. It's been so long. I feel like I haven't seen your faces on here in so long. So I'm so happy we're doing this tonight. But you all know me. It's Amber and I was a Beachbody coach for 5 years, diamond rank. It all crumbled beneath me, and now I just share my story and my message in hopes that it will reach the people who need to hear it and help them make a decision to leave Beachbody or completely prevent them from joining in the first place. And we just like to bring facts so people can make an informed decision, especially when it comes to investing their hard-earned money into something. And we want to protect the consumer. So I'm excited to see what Carl's been up to today, because apparently it's a doozy and I haven't seen it yet. So my reaction's going to be genuine.
Yes.
Amy.
All right. So my name's Amy Ewer, and I was in Beachbody for a couple of years. I was a diamond coach before I realized that it really wasn't working for me, and it was damaging my health greatly, physical, mental, financial, emotional, all the things. And then I went to Prove It, which was another hot mess. But I learned after Prove It. And now I really want to share fact versus opinion, because you'll notice, well, I'll introduce the call in a second, because I've had to watch this twice. So it's painful. It's very painful. So I'm going to send it to Jen.
All right, I was going to call. My name's Jen Baruso. I was a Beachbody coach for way too many years. I was a one-star qualifying before I hit rock bottom in my eating disorder. And now I am a personal trainer, and I help women relearn all of the things that I have to unlearn all the crap from Beachbody and relearn that was all wrong. Heal their relationship with exercise. And I'm very echoey. I'm at my brother's house in California, and I'm very echoey in this room, and it's driving me nuts.
That's okay. I understand the sound issues though, because y'all know I'm crazy about them. But you sound great. You look great. You all.
Okay,
I'm so happy to see everybody. I'm DC. I'm an MLM dropout, and I didn't achieve anything really incredible in any of the MLMs I was in. I got out because Young Living was preying on my phobias, and I was in a bad mental place, kind of spinning my wheels trying to treat my brain chemistry imbalances with essential oils, and just lots of stuff happened. I left, and then I met Amy. Then Amy introduced me to everybody else, and now we're here trying to take down Beachbody, and shine the light on the effery that's going on over there. And not to, if you're in Beachbody and you feel some kind of way watching these streams, or if you're a little sensitive about that we're picking on the group that you've chosen to be with, we are going to be snarky, but we're going to be specific about talking about behaviors. We don't talk about oh my gosh, she's wearing a so and so shirt, she must be an awful person. That we don't do that here. We don't make fun of people, we don't call names, we don't disparage, no ad hominem attacks. And yeah, is it there's free for alls all over the internet. You can go do that somewhere else. We're here to uncover deceptive practices, problematic nutrition, and workout recommendations that actually harm people, and try to shine a light on it so that other people don't get stuck. And so I'm the honorary member of the Snark crew in terms of I was never in Beachbody. I'm just, kind of hanging out and getting in
You're
trouble.
not honorary. You're not honorary. You're a full-blown member.
I also try Beachbody products too. So I mean,
Yes.
I add some facial expressions to that conversation. But Amy, can you give us a little snippet or like a sneak peek about what we're going to be watching today?
Sure. So this is the National Wake Up Call that was just this last Monday. And Carl, so the first portion of it, I totally cut out altogether because it's just like the recognition and stuff. One thing I will mention though, if anybody is a previous Beachbody coach, you'll understand this. I know when I hit Diamond rank, I didn't get recognized on the National Wake Up Call because there were too many of us. So they had no recognize us. They would just like, your name may flash, but they're not going to say it because there's just way too many of you. The numbers that they are showing are bleak. They are recognizing all diamonds. They're recognizing, and it's very few. There are not very many of them. So that I did find fascinating. Plus some of the things that they're doing this month to incentivize them to sell more this week or this month. It's pretty crazy. And I don't remember them doing some of these things. I remember double check.
I noticed that a lot of like Erin Hopkins, for instance, she did a lot of recognition this week for like Emerald coaches. And she only had she didn't even have a Diamond coach this week. But they were all like focusing on recognition this week, and a lot of them were just like Emerald rank.
Well,
I saw that
called out.
Yeah, the one who she said
Cheryl, you missed it.
First. I missed my time.
Did you see the one where she was talking about she had just signed up January 1st and she had like became a triple Emerald? I mean, yeah. I was like, girl, we'll
we know how that happened.
Later with are we going to show the Christina thing too? The Christina video I sent you?
Oh, we may need to do that one too.
Yeah.
Okay. So once they did that, then Keyshawn, who is like their hype girl, did a whole speech, and then she brings Carl on, and Carl talked for, I don't know, maybe up to 30 minutes, possibly. But I couldn't handle all of it. So I took 8 minutes out of kind of the middle, and that's what we're going to do. Okay. Jen is a certified personal trainer, Lori. So send Jen a message or hop over to her Instagram.
Yeah.
So that's what I would do because she helped so much. So this is 8 minutes of Carl, and it's so fascinating because I actually pulled out this magazine, which is Success Magazine, that they basically purchased the feature in. This was back in August of 2013. And to compare the things that Carl is saying are ridiculous. It's crazy. So let's go. And I'm the only one that has seen it. Oh, except for Emma. Emma and I have been talking back and forth. She has some great commentary.
Okay,
She's
let
in the
me add
comments. She
this
said hi
in.
earlier.
Oh, hey Emma. All right, let me share my screen and it downloaded into my Photos app, so I'm trying to pull it onto my desktop. Sorry, 1 second. How's everyone in the live chat doing? Oh my gosh, technical difficulties.
Keyshawn was so rude to me in Punta Cana. I was so sad. I told her I loved her in that color pink, and she said, okay, gave me a dirty look and walked away.
You know,
okay,
I've heard that common theme on my podcast when I talk to people when they were at like events and stuff with celebrity type, Beachbody coaches, and they were very rude. I don't understand it.
Okay, the one thing I am gonna do, and so I might be kind of in and out. I'm gonna get a clip to add of Keyshawn that after Carl is done.
Oh, she was not joking.
Okay, I just got it. There we go. Open. Let's see if I can add
She was like, I'm gonna be in and out.
There she is.
You were ready, Amy.
Better to check with my tech support.
You're good. If
he
someone
at?
understands that, I do. Okay, here we go. We've got the video. Let me add it.
Merely how are you living up to the way you want to live, to what you want out of life, not some before and after photo that you achieved 2 years ago. And we wrote up that announcement of World Health Esteem Month, and I emailed you about the 10 tiny moments. So you could use that outline so that being the proof could be about more than a sweaty selfie, which are still super valuable and inspirational. But instead,
is this the very beginning of it?
Yeah. Just from the recording.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Is merely how are you living up to the way you want to live, to what you want out of life, not some before and after photo that you achieved 2 years ago. And we wrote up that announcement of World Health Esteem Month, and I emailed you about the 10 tiny moments. So you could use that outline so that being the proof could be about more than a sweaty selfie, which are still super valuable and inspirational. But instead, you can also celebrate the accumulation of these little decisions to do things that help you feel good and help you feel productive so that other people see, oh, that's part of productivity too. I am so excited to be this company for people because as big as a problem as health and obesity is in the world, anxiety, depression, and negative self-esteem are just as bad.
Here's the thing though, this bothers me so much because he cannot even talk for 2 minutes without talking about weight loss. Yeah. So he's trying so hard to rebrand it and trying so hard, but guess what? No one's on board. I've seen more before and afters this week than I have seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Well, of course you're going to, because it's the first of the year. I mean,
and that's what sells. That's what sells. It really does.
Like I shared the other day, with what Carl was saying, right, in one of his posts about it being about health and not about the before and after photos or not about the weight loss. And then you just like see all the coaches just doubling down on their before and after. The one before and after photo I shared, it looked like the woman just basically took a poop. That's literally all she did.
Or the pulling up the leggings, or like there's so many of them. But it's interesting because I don't know if you guys watched the Victoria's Secret documentary on Hulu, but they like tried to rebrand. And one of the things that they talked about in that is that it was too little too late. And that's kind of where I think Beachbody is because they have now all of this volunteer sales force who knows that weight loss is going to sell.
Yeah.
And so they're going to try and continue to push weight loss over the rest of it.
They have to get rid of the volunteer sales force in order for anything to change. There's no way for it to change.
But or they have to get enough people to enforce their own rules about stuff.
Or they could say, if we see, compliance, hire more
Yeah,
compliance
right.
people. If you
Yeah.
see people that are talking about things that are outside of what we are trying to, the direction we're trying to send the company, then they need to be warned that this is not what we're trying to do with the company,
Well,
right? But
I was going to say, if they're serious, which we know they're not,
Yeah.
would be doing the work. They'd be bringing in actual experts to help everyone transition. An expert who's not Petra Kolber, whatever her name is, and
Okay.
woo toxic positivity BS.
No.
That's
Okay, you guys. So the beginning of the call, he talks about the fact that they brought in consultants and experts, and you would be shocked at what they found. They found out that people were not driven by weight loss, and they found out that people were getting sick of it. It was like mind-boggling to him that this happened. And then do you know what else they found out? That more people want to eat dessert.
Oh
The
my
Yeah,
god.
not
People like
Shakeology.
People like to eat dessert. What?
yeah, dessert as in these peanut M&Ms.
Cookie.
Not
I
what
mean-
the Shakeology contract.
Oh, it was
How many
wild.
tens
I
of
was
thousands
laughing.
of dollars did he spend on those experts? You could just look at anything on social media and you would understand that. Or
Come
if
to
he
any
was
of our
even
YouTubes.
engaged. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, or what did they do on the eat more dessert part? Did they just Google or search Pinterest for all of the recipes that we've shared for years just to make people to be able to like their Shakeology so they wouldn't return it and we could get a commission? I
It's
mean, that's
interesting.
literally what they've done.
He's trying super hard to get 20 recipes together so that people can do 20 days of desserts. And I'm thinking, I had 20 recipes in a PDF. How are you still trying to get this together and not able to put it out? Because we've had it for years. He's crazy. Like, he is so disconnected from what is happening.
Yeah.
I just want to say this before we continue. If you are watching this and if you are in a larger body and your doctors are telling you you need to lose weight, you're seeing all the messages you need to lose weight to be better. You do not need to be fixed. You are not a project that needs to be fixed, period. And that is all Beachbody is still trying to do, is fix people. And it's messed up.
Yeah.
And if you want to, I don't know, but I did it yesterday. My hospital or medical or whatever, they have an app, and I went in and saw like things that were on my chart, and they put obesity on my chart, right? And this was last year. I just saw it from last year, and so I went in and deleted it and sent my doctor and sent my nurses team an email and ask them, why was this on my chart? And please make sure it's removed because it should not be there. I went in for like a normal physical, like a normal checkup. Like I even think I went in for, I think that was for my pap smear. Why is that on my chart?
Insurance.
It's bullcrap.
Yeah.
I removed it and said, don't put it back on there unless you're going to do something. I mean, literally, that's ridiculous. Plus, what tells a person that they're obese? The BMI chart. That's bullshit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done ranting now. I'm sorry.
I love your rants. I'm so happy. I'm so happy you're back. Everyone's back together in a warm little snarking hug. So.
And that doesn't mean we bury our own beliefs either. Healthy choices create healthy people. And we get to live our way, our choices. Our job is to continue to educate. Where are the traps that can undermine our health?
Educated.
What are the habits that we can help point out?
They can't educate.
Like, what can we do to help
They're not
people?
educated.
They're right. They have zero training, and he was the one that wanted that. So how are they supposed to help people? They can't.
I mean, it definitely starts at the top where they could have said all of our super trainers have to be up to date with with these standardized certifications. They could have started
Wouldn't
with
that make sense?
That would make
Wouldn't that
sense
make
to me.
sense?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's Beachbody. I mean, it's body. Oh my god. Oh.
people eat less junk and replace that junk with something that tastes just as good. That's incredibly helpful. Ultimately,
y'all, if you're listening to this, if you are in Beachbody and you're still convincing yourself that Shakeology is something good to be enjoyed or good, for one, there's probably every protein shake on the market tastes better than Shakeology. Most of them are cheaper than Shakeology, where you don't have to do a monthly subscription to buy it. You don't have to put a down payment to get access to a freaking protein shake that you can get at I don't know, at the grocery store, or contact Kat or contact Jen about a recommendation for a good protein shake. Or I don't know. Shakeology tastes awful. It tastes like plaster with a metallic aftertaste. It's so gritty and it separates if you even look at it the wrong way. So it doesn't taste good. And making a dessert out of it, I made those Muddy Buddies. They were awful. And that's only one dessert. Sure, that's only one dessert. But I can't see how they would. Y'all, except y'all made the protein balls once, right? With the Shakeology, and those tasted good. Okay, I'll make that concession. No, they didn't taste good.
I think that if you defy good,
that you would want to eat it if you were not plugged into a health and fitness group.
No,
I don't. Okay,
no, I wouldn't. If somebody came,
I enjoyed them, but I used vanilla. I didn't use basic vanilla.
So
and it's so
I want to go back.
Have technology to make those either. You can use just a basic, protein powder if you want to make something like that. You don't have to spend $150 on Shakeology to do it.
Yeah.
So Emma's right. As personal trainers, we aren't supposed to recommend supplements for individuals. Like, it's the question's like, should I take this supplement? And it's like, no, you need to check with your doctor. But if somebody is like, hey, what protein powders do you like?
Sure.
You can recommend those. It's not, should I take a supplement? My answer is go talk to your doctor. Hey, I want to start doing protein powder. Which ones do you recommend I try? That we can do.
I think the other interesting thing
there's a line.
They cannot call Shakeology a protein powder because it doesn't have enough protein in it to be considered a protein powder.
No.
The way they tested it in their group that they're always referencing was as an appetite suppressant, or because they were saying they ate Shakeology with two of their meals, I think, or at least one of their meals 30 minutes before they ate a regular sized meal. They were using it, I think, to fill up their stomach so that they wouldn't want to eat more, and that they saw decreased cravings in the evening time because I don't know.
You're going to.
I've read the 2 studies that they did, and there was no significant data that showed drinking the shake before eating made any difference.
Yeah, but
there's
know how to
no
read
statistical
those.
significance. Yeah, so I'm just gonna throw that out there right now. There's not,
because their marketing, what they said was there was significant stuff, but the actual studies, Jen's saying, don't say that.
Nope.
So, damn. Oh, sorry.
Well, any protein shake that you drink at nighttime as a snack is gonna fulfill like a craving that you have until you actually have the food in front of you, and then you're like, now I'm craving it even more. And Jen, isn't it like if you stay away or make yourself stay away from a certain type of food, that's when you crave it even more?
Yes. Yep.
I would do that with the protein.
Restriction and deprivation lead to cravings. Absolutely.
With the protein balls, whenever I would make them, I would be like, okay, well, a serving is 2. So I would eat 2, and then I would still want more. So I would end up eating like triple the serving because it would not satisfy the craving. And then I would still eat a cookie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We allow for people to step into those healthy choices, which align to a lifestyle that suits them, that feels best, but we can help them with the tools that we've built into this platform. Like, what if someone isn't ready to start a body block, or they're not ready for Sure Thing, or 4-week gut protocol, or 2B mindset, or portion fix?
No,
how can Health Esteem help them? Now remember I said I was going to mention the thing I'm most excited about at the end. Okay, now I want you to look at this. I hinted about
so
it.
excited.
These are my cookies that I made. I made cookies. Okay.
Oh wait,
now
I have a little present to show y'all. I made it for Emma. It's let me see how to show this. Let me see if I can turn this off and share. No, not me. I share screen. Can I add this? Window. Let me open this. I put it on my desktop. Hold on. Download. It's Carl. And this is the okay. Okay, let me just double click. Nope. Sorry. It's worth it. It's Carl Deichler in a Girl Scout uniform. So hold on.
She's like, it's worth it, I promise.
It's
Carl Deichler in a Girl Scout uniform.
Oh my god. Okay, let me find it. I just had it. My computer's being dumb. Desktop. Carl. Oh, there we go. There he is. Okay. It was the only Girl Scout I could really find in the right spot because her face matched his face, so I'm just warning everybody.
Oh my gosh.
It's because he and his cookies, so we got him. All right, I'm done now. Y'all can thank Emma.
Can you believe that?
Thank you, Emma.
I feel like an artist. I feel like I need my own cooking show. I call these.
No, you
this
don't.
This is a no-bake cookies and creamy cookie, a la WEM. WEM is the acronym for World Health Esteem Month. I made this. Took me about 20 minutes. Made a mess. I'll figure out how to do it better.
We're just making stuff up now. We're just throwing things out there. WEM,
WEM?
World Health Esteem.
He makes stuff up forever.
What? Oh my god.
The recepe's on the blog. I think it's no bake cookie balls. I think it's what it's called. But I added a little twist. It's actually I put it like a heaping spoon of Greek yogurt,
Body
make them
Scouts,
stickier,
yes,
and
Emma.
then I flattened them so they look like cookies with some unsweetened coconut shavings. And I think that's
He
I think
looks
that's what it's
so
called. Coconut
excited
shavings.
about it.
Did you guys hear that? He's
That's
like,
too
I think
good.
that's
Now
what
I'm not
it's
gonna
called. Are these called coconut shavings? I don't know. I put this on them. I'm like, how
He
do you
said
not?
he made them. He said he made them. Did he not make
As-
them? Did his assistant who makes his shakes make them?
Probably.
Oh my god.
As someone who likes to cook and enjoys baking and considers themselves a fairly good baker, when it comes to baking, you can't substitute ingredients. Like, you can't. Like, and please do not substitute like flour for some freaking Shakeology, okay? Because it's gonna
Right.
bad. As I had this discussion with my 13-year-old the other day because she wanted to make chocolate chip cookies on her own, but she didn't follow the directions as she was supposed to be following them. So all of her measurements were off, and she added things in the wrong order, and the cookies were not good. Okay, so please just use that when you bake. If you're baking some cookies, just use the real ingredients. Okay, it'll all be okay. Just use the real ingredients and enjoy them the way the recipe intends for them to be enjoyed. It just
Oh my gosh, Carl.
We haven't talked.
Oh, we're gonna talk with our mouth full. Okay, great.
And it looks like a cookie. I put them in the fridge overnight. And there
I
you
mean,
go. You got a
Ashley does
recipe.
it. Why can't he?
Cookies and
Oh, that's true. It's not my favorite thing to watch that I've ever watched
No.
before.
Okay, though Ilana to me is the worst eating on camera.
Yeah,
Yikes.
we used to get in trouble for talking with our mouth full. XCal is not a fan of that, so I guess I'm hypersensitive about it because I'm just like, no.
I had two, but my oldest, I know my kids are going to kill me for saying this, but I swear to you that my oldest, it was an ongoing argument every single night at dinner I was like, close your mouth, close your mouth, close your mouth, close your mouth.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep, 18 years of that for me, and it's ingrained. So,
Yeah.
oh man,
Creamy a la Wem. How am I doing on time?
Wem.
That was a mistake
This is
to
like-
eat during the National League of Golf. I think this cookie is like, I don't know, it's probably 120 calories, 150 calories. I didn't make them as big as in the recipe. I made them a little smaller.
'Cause
Packed
he's
with
still
superfoods,
hyper-focused on
protein,
calories.
fiber, all that good stuff. None of the bad stuff. And here's how recipes like this are going to save the world. Like,
Oh my God! Don't even say it.
Seriously?
Recipes like this are going to save the world.
Are
Did
you
he really
kidding
just say
me?
that?
Sir?
The
Sir.
ego on
Yes.
this man. Wow.
Yes, he did.
What?
Because there's so many things going on in the world right now that could all be solved with Shakeology.
Yeah.
Do you think I'm not?
You were gonna. I know
I-
what you were. I know where you were going.
I know where you're going to.
We could just
Me
handshake
too.
it out.
Jen, you look like you're in pain, and you
If
look
Carl
like
wants
you're
to
about
talk
to blow.
about solving world hunger, Carl, while you source all your ingredients for Shakeology from third world countries, sir. Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
Oh, it gets better. Just
Oh.
wait.
Oh no!
Oh no. I finished my cookie. Now I'm drinking my
Good.
salted caramel coffee.
Love it.
Nice.
like literally. Here's what we mean when we say eat more dessert. Now, remember I said those consultants I've been working with have analyzed the snack and dessert industry. Well, according to their research,
why is he so
the dessert
angry? Or
He's
why
very
is he
angry
so
on
like?
this call.
I say his voice is he like sick because his voice sounds his voice sounds very deep and
Is
serious.
he
Yeah, but
wearing
he
his
also sounds
Invisalign? He
very-
needs to take it out.
He's
Uh,
wearing that
wearing
shirt
his-
that DC loves.
Yeah.
So when
He
I
has his
tried
Invisaligner
Shakeology,
in.
it like sticks. It like sticks at the back of your throat if you don't like drink enough. And those are no bake Shakeology cookies. So I mean, he's angry in general, but he sounds.
Well,
Maybe he's
I mean,
disappointed his stock is so low.
I was gonna say when your stock closed at 52 cents today, it's pretty bad. Like, he's desperate.
Burned.
We need to get somebody on here that like really like that can tell us what this means, because, or maybe one of y'all do, because I don't understand how a company who has been below $1 for what, it's got to be more than a month, 2 months now.
Since
Right?
November.
At least
How
two.
are they still allowed to do like the trade on the New York Stock Exchange? Like that doesn't make sense.
They're under
Yeah, live
review
chat.
right now. The delisting
They-
takes a while.
Yeah, I
Oh,
was gonna
okay.
say they have a certain
Oh.
period of time to fix it.
Does
they're not.
delisting mess up the money that he's taken from his investors?
Yep.
Like, does that? Oh,
It goes away.
But he did just give himself.
But he gave himself a raise.
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. He just gave
You're-
himself a raise. So I'm so confused.
Last
You know what?
last
Most
year he
business
only
owners. Sorry, go ahead.
last year he took his salary as $1. And 2023 comes around, he went back to his regular $850,000 a year salary.
Oh
Yeah.
my!
So he gave himself a raise
God.
with the stock doing that bad.
What, sir? You know, most business owners or most CEOs or most whatever don't do that. They're not so selfish as to. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the right word is, but most people don't do that who give a flippity flop about their company. But maybe he doesn't at this point. Who knows? Man. Okay. Wait, Emma sent something in the chat about
Oh.
stock.
Yeah, it's explaining
okay.
what I just asked.
Okay. Do you want me to read it? The stock is about to get delisted. Carl and the reps and their
Sons and their
husbands were all talking about how the stock would be huge and worth so much, and if it's been under $1 for almost a month, that has to bruise the ego. Plus, the people who matter on the stock exchange side of things have no faith in Carl or his ability to run a public company, and he's had some
Nope.
major public failures and embarrassments going since going public. The co-founder left after 30-something years. Dude decides he's out, and since he's got a large chunk of stock, I'm wondering if Carl is buying him out. Carl already had the majority share. Like, no matter how bad the company is doing, there's no way to get rid of Carl. And most people on the outside don't believe in BB as a public company or him as a good CEO. This going public exposed a lot that I'm sure he wishes it hadn't. Being delisted won't cause BB to crash and burn out, but it's a huge embarrassment and it looks really bad in the world, especially. Not that Carl or Beachbody ever belonged in the world. Interesting. Oh, there's more.
Oh, Vicky,
It keeps going. I think
you hit the point.
okay. All right, cool.
Industry is a $268 billion industry. But here's the insight that you care about, you and I. 1 in 5 of the people who eat dessert are actually looking for healthier options. You know how big that market is? That's over $50 billion of existing opportunity with no clear leader or go-to option.
Do not tell me that his marketing company sold him on the idea that they can take up market share and say that Shakeology is going to fill the need for people wanting to have healthier desserts. Are you just got scammed, my guy. No marketing person on the planet, except your team would have sold you that idea. It's the worst idea I've ever heard.
I really
my
believe
God.
that Carl is director of marketing. Like, I don't think that they have a director or a chief marketing officer. I
Case in
think that
point,
Carl.
Porta Pants. Yes.
Yes, I really believe that Carl he's the CEO and he's also the director of marketing. And he walks in there and he says, "This is my idea. You all figure it out and put it into play." And they're like, "Okay, this is gonna," and they're probably sitting there like, "This is gonna fail. Like, we need to be putting in our applications because this man has no clue what he's doing."
Nobody's going to be able to claim that they worked for him on the marketing side because someone's going to say, "Oh my gosh, let me look at the work you've come up with."
Yeah.
What happened? Well, Eichler happened.
And I like what Bethany just said. She's like, where is he pulling these stats? I would love to see these receipts. How do they know this? How do they know that 1 in 5 people want a healthier dessert? What
They
market?
probably asked a question, sent out a survey to current
Beachbody
coaches and coaches.
Which is the dumbest thing to do.
I'm surprised it wasn't higher.
Yeah.
They send them out to Beachbody customers. They're probably like, yes, give me a dessert.
Yeah.
They probably thought that they were going to come out with something that tastes better and said yes. So that's why they said it.
Oh my gosh. Carl.
That offers a delicious selection of dessert options that you can enjoy as much as ice cream or cookies or cakes.
Nope.
Or I still got my shake, still doing my shake, my creamy milkshake. This one's
my creamy milkshake. Have you tasted that one? They recommend that you drink it within a certain period of time because it separates. It separates in a big, gross way. And that's just my experience of trying to drink it. But I don't know. And I think Amy, Cheryl, Jen, and Amber and I have watched enough of Carl Deichler at this point to know he's talking kind of weird and like how he is enunciating like words. He sounds really angry, or he sounds like he really doesn't believe what he's saying, or that he's frustrated that he has to be like selling this idea to his people.
He's annoyed. He's definitely inconvenienced now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Chocolate with all the boosts, but it's obviously doesn't have the calories, doesn't have the high sugar content, doesn't have the processed flours. But right here, we got it in a gourmet superfood called Shakeology. It's right behind me. We can serve a $50 billion market with cookies like these. So here's how this is going to be a breakthrough for your business, starting immediately. Let's say you're having a conversation with somebody at like, one of your kids' soccer games or coffee shop. You had a little plate of your cookies that you brought along with you, and you're inviting somebody, you're talking to somebody about your health business. You're inviting them to join your group or to start Sure Thing or to do a body block, and they're just not ready or they're not interested. Well, now you can have another question.
Would you like a cookie? Oh my God, that is not the question. Oh my God. This is the worst marketing
We're gonna see
rollout.
We're gonna see coaches standing outside of Starbucks with trays of cookies for taste tests. Would you like a
Oh
sample?
my God.
Well, and my thing, I was like, my mom warned me about people like you when I was little. I'm not supposed to take cookies from you guys. Like, no, run.
Oh my
God.
This is what he's telling his coaches to do. Like,
And they're doing it.
and they're gonna do it because they
Yep.
want it to work so bad. And some of them are in so deep that they don't have another choice right now.
Yeah.
Because
and
it is all of the income that they have.
And I have a huge amount of empathy for them because Carl is one, he has a multi-level marketing model that in my opinion really harms people. And then to the people who are
God, Emma,
stuck
no.
in that model, he is giving them the worst marketing advice I've ever heard. If they're not interested in joining, you can offer them a cookie now? Give me a break. Oh,
I'm
That's
sorry.
gonna make
if a
them join.
stranger offered me a cookie, I would run the other direction.
Yes.
Unless it's the little ladies in Costco. I don't want your food, okay? I don't want to try a sample. Stay away from me because you can't eat at everybody's house, okay?
I mean, did we just not have COVID? Like, did we just not go through a pandemic? That's like,
exactly.
you want to somebody walks up to me and tries to give me food. I've maybe a couple years ago, I might have tried it. This is what COVID taught me, y'all. Okay. I'm just being real that you can't just be taking stuff from everybody, right?
No.
No.
Oh my God.
And the other thing is, most of, like, if you go to a food establishment, they have very strict regulations. They can't just let people bring food in.
Yep. You
Can't
can't
do
even bring
that.
your drink to like refill it at a gas station anymore in most places because of the panini. So
the panini.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot.
Oh no, it's okay. We're well past the time that we may get slapped. We may not. It's fine.
You can ask. You know, look, I start new groups every month, so you can try it anytime. But let me ask you this: do you eat dessert?
Oh my God.
Whatever their answer is, you know you've got their attention. Who wouldn't want to talk about dessert? If they do eat dessert, you can find out what their favorite desserts are and how often they eat them a week. And then you pull out a plastic bag or a airtight container and you offer them a cookie. They're delicious. And you can say, hey, I've got a way that you can actually eat more dessert and get healthier and lose weight with these delicious, easy and speedy
about weight loss
superfood swaps.
I talked to none of the parents of my kids' sports things this fall because I don't want to talk to people. Okay.
Well, would you even entertain this if some weird person came up to you at Starbucks and was like, so what do you like, how do you feel about dessert?
Hell no.
Good. I'm going to get a cake pop. Leave me alone. Like,
yeah.
Stop.
Oh
my gosh.
I bet you Autumn's going to make a cake pop with.
Oh my God.
Oh, they already have.
I was going to say Alana did. Alana has one.
Yeah.
That's what
she did.
Cottage
cheese with the cottage cheese. Yes.
Yeah.
I did a remix of her reel, and it's cottage cheese icing.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Icing.
That sounds awful.
Cottage cheese icing.
Oh.
Meanwhile, my Target pickup order, I had candy and
thank you,
snacks
y'all.
and what else did I get? Just snacks and junk for this weekend because why not?
Yeah. Dang.
Like I like cottage cheese, but I will never need to use it for frosting. Okay.
No.
Like,
You just can't eat at anybody's house. You are correct.
Sugar and butter. Okay. Sugar and butter. That's what we need.
You can't eat at anybody's house.
You can't eat at everybody's house. No.
Give them a cookie to try.
Oh my gosh. Let me try to fix this.
They taste it kind of like an Oreo with the coconut on top.
It's not Oreo.
But they're actually really good for you. Protein, fiber, all these superfoods. You're going to blow people's minds, and they're going to try it right then. Right now, gang, we're creating a 20-day dessert challenge where you'll be able to help these people, the ones who aren't ready for the total solution, help them improve their digestion, lose some weight, reduce their sugar cravings, all by eating more dessert, having treats ready to go.
What is happening?
Hang
Are
on,
you in
did
the
you see
Twilight Zone right
I
now?
see Anna's comment. She said, "Please make a spoof of you busting out a dusty Ziploc bag after school pickup."
All right, I'm just putting this out here. If you all are having sugar cravings, you're most likely not eating enough food during the day. And
Yep.
if you do crave something sweet, like an Oreo, please have one. Because if you try and avoid it, you're just going to end up eating more of them after you try and eat all the other stuff, like these nasty cookies that Carl shared.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Very good advice, Jen.
We're putting this together as fast as we can, but you can do this already. You've got the recipes, you got access to Shakeology, and you're smart enough to challenge people to see how good they can feel after a month or so of eating a different kind of dessert that's actually great for them. They can just find the recipe that works as much for them as possible. But if they're not ready to start with the whole thing, again, we're talking about 144 million adults out there who have not started anything. And maybe they can just start with a dessert challenge that helps them.
Oh my god.
A dessert challenge that costs $140 a month.
That's what
How
I
much
was
does an
gonna say.
Oreo cost? $5 for a huge box of them?
Yeah.
Yep.
So
$5
when
or
I
$140?
I'm working with someone right now, and she does have cravings and sweets, and she doesn't want that anymore. We're not encouraging her to eat more dessert. I'm encouraging her to eat enough food during the day. Protein, not Shakeology. Adding maybe an extra fruit a day, or that, like, oh my God, it's eating enough food during the day. It's not adding more dessert. It's eating enough. Period.
Well,
and these coaches are not doing that.
He keeps pulling out this like 200 million number or whatever. That number he is doing from like apparently people who are obese or overweight. He is still
Of course he is.
targeting very specifically. He is just doing his best to hide it.
Yep.
It's crazy.
And how fast he has changed his tune. A tune he didn't even understand how to play, from his health esteem bullcrap to now it's not really health esteem. We're just hiding under the, I don't know, the umbrella of health esteem, but really we're here wanting to make people lose weight because everyone's too fat. Give me a break, sir.
Yeah.
Give me a break. Carl, damn it.
Lori,
Feel a little bit better because they're not going to bed with
Oh.
all that sugar in their system and all that processed stuff that accumulates. Instead, you said, have one of these cookies. You have 1.5 of the cookies.
Processed, Carl. Shakeology
Right?
processed.
Yeah, it's like, how do you think it gets into a freaking powder?
Does
has
he
like a
think it
million
just sits
ingredients.
in their stomach and doesn't digest?
Yeah,
Well,
it
and the
doesn't
same thing,
digest
like,
in the way that
any of the things that he sells. And if they want to talk about, well, Shakeology is not as bad as other things. Okay, but Beach Bars would be the same as like Fiber One or Nutri-Grain or, whatever. So yes,
Yep.
you are producing highly processed junk.
Yep.
That's expensive.
Yep. Very true.
And see how much better you sleep. See how much better you feel when you go to bed. And again, it
You
can
can
still
do
be
that
a
by
shake.
eating
I mean, I
enough
love my
food.
shake, and I enjoy my decadent shake every day. This
So is
right
this
here.
thing about Carl? Like, is this
Yeah.
his, like,
It's always about
is the
Carl.
national wake up call about Carl?
So it was, I'm trying to think let me see, and I'll tell you what they titled it. He was the only one that spoke, and it was 2023 is our year.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
No.
Okay.
2023 is
Sorry.
our year where we get Beachbody below 25 cents a share. But
Yes.
That is a
Oh,
goal. I'm gonna write
Yeah.
that down. Let's track those metrics.
a vision board? I don't know. We need to cut up some, articles
Let's have
with
a
Carl in
vision
it
board
and-
party. Is that what they
Yeah.
do?
Mhm.
A vision
Yep,
board
a
party?
crafting party. Oh my god. Here we go.
Is the mindset of health esteem, focusing on feeling good about what I can have that will make me feel good rather than what I can't have because I didn't watch what I ate during the holidays. Instead of punishing myself, I'm steering my life toward a life I love, including feeling good about myself at the same time. We're not forgetting about that for 8 weeks or 90 days or for the length of a program. We're focusing on feeling good about ourselves, on not rejecting ourselves the whole time. And if that doesn't get you psyched, that focus on how that can affect people's lives and their mental well-being at the same time that they were serving their physical well-being, even for what it can mean for you and for your kids to live in that mindset rather than in this constant state of chasing perfection or a state of permanent dissatisfaction.
He started that. He started that himself, and now he is the villain or whatever. He's the protagonist of the story where he is also the villain, and he's pretending he was not the villain.
Yep.
Do you forget? Like, people freaking remember what you said for all those years. I don't get it. I don't understand why people can't just say, you know what? I really developed and encouraged a really unhealthy environment with my super trainers and my coaches. I take responsibility. We're pivoting and we're going to do better. And here's how we're going to start. Everybody's getting their certification. There's not going to be any more Facebook groups. No one's going to, I don't know. If you didn't want to give
Well, they
up
could
the MLM
monitor
model.
everything because they have body groups. They have a whole app. So why don't
And-
they utilize that?
Yep.
I think the other interesting thing, though, and I will give him this credit, is that he did say in this call, talking about the toxic diet industry, and he does say which we contributed to.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that.
And I was
didn't-
like, thank you. Thank you. Like, that is the first time I've heard him say that.
But he continues to
never said that
contribute to
before.
it.
yeah.
Exactly. He continues to do it.
Yeah.
He's
That's
just
the
being
problem.
even grosser about it now.
Yeah.
He's angry about it now, and as before, we were getting slimed all the time, and now he's angry and sliming us. So it's, oh, Carl.
Well, I hope you take that in because I think it's really exciting. I can't imagine
I
not
hope
being
you take a
excited about it,
hint.
at least at this company. That's the way this company is going to be. And this is the category that millions of people have been waiting for. If you're
I had to stop it there because I'm like, dude, I'm done with you.
Good.
Millions of people have been waiting for a Shakeology dessert category. All right.
Jen, it's gonna save the world. Like literally. It's gonna
One
save
out
I'm
of
gonna
5
do
people. One out of 5
Carl
people.
in a Superman outfit holding a Shakeology cup
Yeah.
and put his quote
Here-
on there because,
So
damn.
here's one of the funniest things to me though, and we talked about this when they did Summit, how like he says the same thing every year. He just changes like a few words. So this was August 2013, and they have 5 minutes with Carl Deichler.
Oh,
And he
Lord.
says in here, people congratulate me on our success all the time. Frankly, I can't even hear it. With well over 200 million people in North America overweight or obese, we've reached only a fraction of them. As we get closer to a critical mass of awareness of our products through continued advertising and more coaches having conversations and starting challenge groups on Facebook and fit clubs, there's going to be a tipping point. You can get a sense that it's not too far off.
This is from 2013.
2013.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And
he said the exact same thing at Summit this year, that they're hitting that tipping point.
Just
Yeah.
like Q Science is saying that it's a ground floor opportunity for this 5 years of a ground floor opportunity. Oh, the tipping point's here. Well, we're almost 10 years past that conversation. We are 10 years past that conversation pretty much. Where's the tipping point?
Yep.
I'm still waiting for them to start talking about social determinants of health.
They won't.
They
ever
don't
talk
like
about
to.
I don't think they'll ever.
No, and
They
here's
won't.
the other
No,
thing.
that's how I got blocked by Autumn.
How can he say these things and then all of his super trainers are running diet bets right now?
Yep.
Like, how can you
Elise
say
is
this?
not.
Oh, Elise isn't?
No.
I don't think she could get enough people to join. Is that
But
mean?
she shared because she's doing it through her subscription on Instagram.
I was going to say she has a
So
subscription.
So she said she's not doing it in her stories, and then on the next slide, she shared Melissa and Joel's diet bet.
Oh, interesting.
Or
Joel
Alana's
Freeman.
every reel that starts with, as a dietitian who lost 100 pounds, like they are selling weight loss. If he truly wants to do this, he has to take control, and he can't. I think it's too far gone. I don't think he can get him under control now.
Yeah, and it would just be a different conversation if it was like health is multifaceted and it looks different for different people. And the people who need to be in your life helping walk through that is someone who doesn't have a weight bias against you and also can say, like, what are some of the things you're looking to do? Do you want to be able to walk up 3 flights of stairs with your groceries without it being like difficult? Do you want to be able to pick up your kids? Do you want to be able to go on hikes? Do you want to be like what those look like? And then you also get testing and see what your levels look like and stuff like that. I don't he's never going to say it. He's never going to say that.
And yes, Harper, Shark Tank is awesome. Numbers don't mean anything.
Yep.
Okay, so I did, if you look on our drive, I did send over what Keyshawn did at the end.
In our photo thing?
Uh-huh.
Or is it in I see it. Let me put it on my desktop. I figured out how to do that. Edit, export.
Brace yourself, and you may want to turn your volume down.
Oh dear God.
Oh dear God.
There we go. Let me pop it in here. Let me see if is it 159.
I was looking. Okay, so is it BD Carpenter? He's the one that's married to Sohi. He did a fantastic.
Yeah.
He did a fantastic reel. He did a fantastic reel this afternoon talking about this that I would highly recommend watching. And Lizzo did a great video today that I would also recommend watching.
And if you don't follow Ben, or if you're not on his email list, get on his email list because he has a book coming out.
Does he really?
What's his name?
He's been working on it for like 2 years.
Oh, I love him. He's so fun.
Yeah, it's BD Carpenter on Instagram.
I'm trying to figure out how he does his reels the way he does them, where he shows.
Message him; he'll help you.
I really want to. I did message him, but I said I loved his videos. I didn't want to be like, "Hey, I love your videos. Can you tell me how you do that?"
No, send him. Ask him. He will. If he sees it, he'll most likely help you. He's so nice. We've had good conversations with him. Oh boy.
Okay, it's gonna play. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to get it to. It's there. It's just not playing. Let's see. File.
The other recommendation I would have while you're doing this is if you don't listen to Maintenance Phase, that podcast, I would highly recommend listening to it. So it's 2 people and they talk about all of the madness of the diet industry, and they're researchers and journalists, and it's fascinating. And she used to go by a pseudonym of Your Fat Friend. And she wrote what is the book? I have it downstairs. But she wrote a book, and then she has a second book coming out, and her podcast this week, they talked about it, and it was crazy how much of it sounded exactly like what we say. And exactly like what Beachbody preaches. Yeah. And yes, Lizzo was in flute playing Lizzo. She had it today for some reason with things that people were saying online.
Grateful for you. So Keyshawn, take us out and let's all get to work.
Carl, thank you. Thank you, y'all. Whew, I have been trying to rein in my emotions after listening to this wake up call today. And I'm celebrating my 11th year next month with Beachbody, with Body. And I've witnessed firsthand how we have changed lives. And to know that there are 100 million people who are waiting for us, this is going to position us to help even more people. But this is the thing. It's not enough to feel good on this call and to hear Carl and say, yeah, I'm going to take those cookies with me. It's not enough for you to feel good and say, oh, that World Health Esteem Month, that's a really good idea. It's not enough for you to feel good and say, I'm so happy I partnered with Body. It is not enough for us to just feel good. We have to believe, and then we have to take action. And it starts right now. And the action starts within us. And then we have to invite people to do this with us. 100 million people are waiting for us. Invite them to Super Weekend. It's happening.
Oh.
Invite them to become a coach and join the Sure Thing coach group with you. Invite them to take action in doing and thinking with World Health Esteem Month. That means no more self-hate. That means that we are going to find 100 wins every single month, like what Michael challenged us to do. And it starts right here because you showed up today. And then it's going to start again this weekend because you're showing up for your day, for yourself every single day, and you're showing up for Super Weekend and you're inviting people. We are going to celebrate together 100 wins every single month. Welcome to your new beginning and happy World Health Esteem Month. Bye, everyone.
What?
That
was intense. I feel like she's going through some things.
I thought she was going to start crying.
I thought I needed to like start raising my hands and praising. Like I was feeling like I was at church.
I felt like I was at church for real. Like I really did. I did.
I don't like it here.
I don't like it. I am uncomfortable.
Oh.
Right? Like, and no, yeah. Someone asked if she's the new trainer. No, she's the corporate employee who's kind of over recognition and like awards and stuff. I don't know what her title is.
She's not a coach?
No, she's not a coach.
No.
Maybe she's so passionate because she needs the job. This is her career.
Yeah.
That's why she's so passionate.
She came on stage at Summit, and I think she started in like customer service and has worked her way up.
Oh.
I think she has.
Well, that's awesome. I mean, literally, that's awesome, right? Because as a woman, period, it's hard to get worked up to where she's at, right? So maybe that's why she's so passionate about it, because the company is not doing very well.
No, and I think it's interesting.
But she getting paid.
I think she might be the new, if you guys remember Kim Carver, it seems like she's the new Kim / Jeff Hill, which they're both over at Shackley.
I was going to say, did you see that? Yeah, they're
both at Shackley.
What's that? What's Shackley?
It's an MLM. It's an
another
old school MLM.
Is it Shackley or Shakeology? It's SHAKLEE.
Yeah, I think it's Shackley.
Shackley, yeah.
Well, in my head, it's too much for me.
It's a wellness company.
Inbreeding. It's the whole MLM inbreeding that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it does.
Green cleaning. They have green cleaning.
Because cleaning products and shakes, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What?
Yep. It's just it's. We don't like it here. We don't like it here.
No,
I don't like it here.
You can see the level of desperation, though. And you can see it in the coaches that are posting right now. You can see, I mean, the fact that Natasha took one day off, even one day after having her baby.
Yeah.
Did she take any days off?
I don't think so.
Well, if you're talking about taking a day off, how are you saying a day off? Just from what, not weighing herself? I mean, she writes down everything every day.
She has been like talking about how she has another group and all of these things. She has been working her butt off since that baby was born. And I'm sure they're going to announce tomorrow that she's number 1. Like, I don't know that anyone could touch her based on where she was, like with her with her numbers and stuff. But even feeling like, even at that level, she did not feel like she could take any time off.
Wow.
None. And she is on a full-blown weight loss journey. And it's like, you're 3 weeks postpartum. I was doing good to get dressed. Like, come on. It's crazy.
And we've all seen how much she's eating, and it's not.
No.
Even
It's
1,000
not enough.
calories a day.
And
No.
it's scary. It's scary because of the number of people that follow her and that are inspired by her. And it's like, oh my gosh, do you have any idea what she has to be doing, like, off camera to get these results? And that poor, like, I don't know how you could nurse with what she's eating. She's eating like, what, 900 calories a day, maybe 1,000 max.
Barely. Yeah. She's
And I
not
hope,
going to
like,
be able to maintain her supply at all.
And if you're watching this and you've struggled with, you know, anything around, I don't want to say any words that are going to flag the videos, but we're hoping that people who are in Beachbody are getting enough to eat. We're hoping that they're feeding their bodies so that they can have all the nutrients they need. And what we've found in these Zoom calls we sneak into, in these videos that are posted publicly by Beachbody or Body, the super trainers, is that there's a lot of behavior control going on. There's a lot of control about what you are and aren't allowed to eat, how you are and aren't supposed to look at food, how you're supposed to, interact with it and all this stuff. And that is falling on the side of negative, kind of control. And if you're like, oh my gosh, well, Beachbody's just trying to help me. If you're hungry, and I think Jen can speak better to this, like, please eat something. If you're, it's tough. Like, it's tough watching Autumn do all this, and Carl and all of them.
So for the longest time, I was like, I can't track because it would be too triggering, right, for me. So I'm not going to track. This week, I was like, you know what? I really do need to track a little bit because I don't feel good. Like, something's going on. And I was severely under eating because I'm like, I still have that mindset. Yeah. Increasing how much I'm eating. It's amazing how much I feel better. I have more energy and I'm not as mean to my kids. Like, all of it. We are in such an environment of under eating. But
that's the thing, Amy. Like, when people try to say that we're like anti-health or anti-whatever, right? Because we're anti-diet culture. We're not. You're tracking your stuff because you need to know for yourself, right? It's not because Beachbody told you to track it, right? That's just like with me. I don't follow a workout plan or schedule because it's triggering to me. If I miss a day, then I think the next day I have to work out 2 times or double up. Or if I miss 2 days, then I'm like, no, I might as well just start on over on Monday. And then I'm in a whole cycle. Like, people don't understand the reason I share Kat so much is because I was Kat. Period.
Yep.
Like, I share Kat because Kat was me. I was Kat. And it is so horrible. And the continuous cycle, when she finally, if she finally or ever does leave, she is going to need so much therapy. She will not be able to do it on her own.
No. And, and honestly, I would highly advocate therapy for anybody coming out of a high control group like this, because, it was amazing to me. So the first day that I did track, I was like, okay, let's truly look at this. And in my Beachbody days, I would have been like, yes, I am killing it. And now I know, holy crap, I am not eating enough. I'm not doing what I need to for my body. And so just that shift in mindset is invaluable. And you need help to do that.
So I work with an RD and I track in an app. I don't look at the numbers. I just put the food in. And I know when I don't do that and we get on the call the next week, I'm like, I know I'm not eating enough. I'm not. I'm tired. I'm cranky.
It's like the mom guilt too, because we do so much for everyone else and we forget to feed ourselves too.
Yeah.
And then when we were so deep in that mindset before with Beachbody, it was like, if we weren't eating and like giving into our cravings, we were praising ourselves, right? Like, oh, we're doing so good because, you know, I resisted eating that piece of pizza or a cupcake, you know?
Yeah.
So it's really hard to like reverse that and go the other way. And it takes work.
Yeah. And
it's a continual
Christina
issue.
said, Amy said, I know with my history, I can very easily undereat. And I never want to get back to that place again. So that's why I'm working with a dietitian. It's like, you need to eat. Like, I went to the store today. I'm like, I'm not getting enough protein. So I bought the pre-made Premier protein shakes.
Yeah.
So I have those. I'm like, okay. I put some in my coffee.
For me, I don't get enough protein either. So I get Fairlife. What is that? You know,
the Fairlife
the Fairlife milk.
Yeah. It has extra protein in it. So I put it in my coffee, or I put it in a shake if I drink a shake, or I put it in my oatmeal. Like, that's one way that I've known. And with vegetables, I know there's two vegetables that I like. And so I add them to every single meal. Mini cucumbers, and I actually do like mini bell peppers, but I have to have ranch dressing with them. But when I was with Beachbody, I wouldn't have had ranch dressing.
Even when I was coaching, I was like, they can pry my ranch dressing out of my cold dead hands.
No, I would make it with Greek yogurt, and then I would be like, it's better. Yeah.
I was working with somebody a few months ago, and we're talking about adding more vegetables. She's like, I don't want to eat vegetables if I can't have ranch dressing. I said, adding the ranch dressing doesn't negate the nutrients that are in the vegetables. In fact, the fat in the dressing helps you process some of the vitamins in the vegetables. Like, oh.
Yeah. And you want to hear what's
She's
crazy?
Like, oh my gosh.
So just to show you all how screwed up like my mind has been, okay? I'm having a conversation with my son yesterday, my 18-year-old, right? And I'm sitting there and I'm eating like my cucumbers and I'm dipping them in ranch. And he said, Mom, why are you eating like spaghetti and having cucumbers on the side? I'm like, because I need to add in more vegetables for each meal, just a few, right? Because I haven't eaten enough of them today. He's like, well, how do you know you haven't eaten enough? And I was like, well, I don't. I'm just personally, I actually like them dipped in ranch. So I actually want to eat them. And I said, but I don't have my container. Because he was asking me, he was like, do you have a container to put them in? He was joking with me. And I was like, that's not funny, because literally I would not eat vegetables if I couldn't put them in a container. I thought that vegetables in like tomato pasta salad or pasta or marinara sauce, like you add vegetables in there when you make spaghetti. I didn't think they counted.
Yeah.
That's how crazy and messed up my mind is with vegetables.
Okay, so talking about vegetables, so I realized like we haven't really bought vegetables for a really long time, or if we have purchased them, they have not been eaten. And with like all of the health stuff, we have eaten out an insane amount in the last 8 months because I haven't been able to fix things and my husband's exhausted. Like, we've been on maintenance mode. And so I was like, okay, I know I need to eat some vegetables. So I got some sugar snap peas, and I'm like, okay, these aren't the best vegetables because of the I'm like, I had to stop myself. I'm like, no, stop it. Like, are you kidding me? And then I was eating them. And again, like I said, I was tracking to see how much food I was eating and if I was eating enough. And my son was like, can I have some of your peas? And I was like, no, I counted them. And then I was like, what the hell? Like, did that just come out? Because that programming is still there.
Stuck.
It's still there. But now we can recognize it. And I was like, oh my gosh, am I really denying my 9-year-old peas? Like, what is even happening right now? And so I think the interesting thing is to catch yourself with no judgment and be like, wow, that's interesting. Why did that come out? Why did I say that? And if you can like do that and be like, wow, that's interesting, instead of like, oh my gosh, I'm so messed up. It has made a big difference for me this week. Yeah.
And then also I was eating oranges out of the can. Like, when were we told? Why were we taught that fruits and vegetables in a can are not good? Why? They're still fruits and vegetables, right?
Yeah.
Because of the juice that they sit in it with the extra preservatives.
Oh
and
yeah, we
sugars.
were told in Young Living that anything in a can was like not healthy because it messed up something or other, and I was like, everything apparently is dangerous, and I'm like, it's a freaking vegetable, it's a freaking fruit. Like,
It's the only way it
holy
doesn't go
crap.
bad in my house.
Yep.
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 And it's expensive. It is so much more like economical to purchase them in a can or frozen. And again, when I purchased, anytime I had purchased fresh vegetables in the last 8 months, we have just thrown them away.
Yeah.
Because they go bad.
So
It's
I
just crazy.
left Arizona on Wednesday, and before I left, I wrote on the big whiteboard in my kitchen, please eat the bananas, the grapes, and the oranges and the apples before I get home. All three of you. Like, please. Because they'll go bad. I gave all my vegetables in the house, I gave to my mom because my boys won't eat them if I'm not there, including the husband.
Yeah.
Like, I brought onions and potatoes to my brothers. It's like,
I know. We have mandarin orange. Are they the cuties? The cutie oranges, right? And we also had some in a can, and I was like, I just wanted some oranges, but I was too lazy to peel them. And I said, well, then I'm going to eat them out of the can. And then I caught myself going, well, these aren't as good as the ones that I could peel. And then I was like, Cheryl, like, it's such a messed up mindset.
I have reminded myself this week what Jen told me. Track your protein, get enough protein, and fill in with everything else. And it has made the biggest difference because I'm like, oh, I can fill it in with potato salad if I want. I can fill it in with all of these things that I've either denied myself, one being in Beachbody or two being keto and carnivore. I did carnivore for a while. Jen, I saw the face. Did you really just pull that face when I said carnivore? I saw that. You didn't hide it well.
What is the carnivore? No, don't talk about it.
No, we're not.
I'll message you. I'll message you privately, Cheryl.
Yeah, I don't want to know.
I can tell you what that diet was, but talk to me later. It is so awful because you have all of these competing things, and then they're all tied together because, like, I got into keto by Melissa McAllister, and then like all of this stuff, it's crazy how much it affects you, and then how much it's affecting your kids too.
Yeah. And the longevity of the consequences of like what other people have said or pushed on you in terms of using it to control you to keep you in and plugged in a Beachbody. And it has far over and above impacted all of, y'all's life getting out of Beachbody. And if you're in and you're thinking, oh, well, I'm not controlled by this, I'm not controlled by food. I mean, you can sit and think about it because, like, we don't want you to be. We don't want anyone to be in this state of someone using a fear of a food to keep you in any group or used to push you to do anything. We don't, you deserve to be able to make the decision for yourself. And living with those like phobias of food or like the control or not being able to have the control is like, it's hard to move past. It's hard to move past without a therapist. Too.
Absolutely. Well, and there's so many of the people that come on and they're like, well, nobody made you do that. No one made you do double workouts. I get that a lot. No one made you do double workouts and injure yourself. And I'm like, actually, I did have people tell me specifically to do double workouts, but whether or not it is said, these are the statements, the crap we just heard from Carl, you are getting that so many times in a week.
Yep.
Right. You're getting the national wake up call. You're getting your normal team call, your uplines team call. You're getting personal development. Like, it's getting shoved into you daily.
Yep.
Yes.
And you're underfed. You're probably not sleeping enough. You're working out a lot. It's a perfect storm for
you're definitely
control.
not sleeping a lot because they want you up early in the morning so that you can do your workouts before the sun comes up. For some unknown reason, which still screws with me now, because if I don't do my workout first thing in the morning, I force myself to do it in the afternoon, and there's no reason. I don't want to get up early. I don't want to wake up before 7:30.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
It's cold outside.
it's crazy. It's cold outside. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't have to be at work until 8:30, and this is where I go from my bed to my desk. Like, why do I need to wake up at 6:30 in the morning just so I can get a workout in when I'm here all day long?
Yeah.
Yep.
And people making those statements about like, oh, well, you could have left. Oh, well, you could have just done something differently. Oh, well,
Yeah.
you were some kind of broken person for taking it the wrong way. It is just a wildly uninformed position to not see like how undue influence can impact people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's a long term, because like let's look at the Nixium cult for a second. Those ladies got branded with a branding iron, and they were happy to do it.
Yep,
And
they
were
asked
not
them to do it.
insane. They're
Yep.
not insane. So if a psychologist had talked to them, they would have said, perfectly competent, perfectly, like fully there to be able to make decisions. And so what does that mean then? Nobody I know wants to get branded with an iron. It's the undue influence. It's a long-term mind control stuff. It's just wild. So if you don't have empathy for victims or survivors of these high control groups, like, read some more. Read from lots of different experts in the field, because there's lots of people being harmed in these groups, and these are just a few of the stories, Jen's and Amber's and Cheryl's and Amy's stories of like, what happens when you leave? What happens after you've had this negative input from all of these coaches? And Carl. Ugh. Oh
Are we going to watch Delgado's video now?
We could watch that real quick because that's bad.
I think
Oh
we
my
got some
god.
time.
Is it in the draw? Is it in let's see.
Amber, did you put it in the drive, or was it just in the
I sent it in the chat, but I'll add it to the
Oh.
drive really quick.
Okay.
Let me find it.
Well, and the other hard part is that they are all in so deep that, like, now what do they do? What do they do with like Natasha when her husband quit? It's been 3 years since he's worked. They're totally dependent on this income. And how do you get out of that? How do you then like reverse it out? It's going to take a lot.
I put it in the folder, in the
Okay.
shared folder.
It's going to take a lot to get out and to reverse yourself, if you can at all.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the scary thing, I think, is some of them, because you can see, in my opinion, you can see it in some of them that they're like, I don't know about this, but like, what do they do?
Yeah. I'm pulling up the video, sorry.
Because it's like Hannah Roberts and Erin are like calling themselves the compensation queens now. Okay.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
So
I
it's
haven't been
interesting.
able to look at a lot of stories lately because of this new job. But I go through and I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys are blowing up my phone as I'm trying to work. I'm like, 58 new messages.
I know. I had to put my phone into work focus, because if not, I catch myself. I can't stop looking at it, and I'm like, oh my god. Don't stop doing it though, because I love catching up on it when I'm done. No.
Well, and then you go back and you're like, I don't know if I have the strength for this, because there's so much that they're doing right now.
That's took me a while to watch Claude's rant.
Gall.
Because I didn't have.
I still haven't been able to watch it.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't watch the whole thing. Somebody
Jen,
just
you
sent
may
me
not
a
want
part.
to.
Yeah, I haven't watched the whole thing yet, but yeah. And then I saw this.
Somebody just sent me that clip, and that was it. And I was just like, holy cow. And I didn't even go and look. All right. That's my mom. So I'm jumping off real quick.
Okay.
Okay. Bye, y'all.
Here's the video. Add local video. I just exported it. Oh, there we go. Desktop. Sorry. Is this it? Today at 5:00. Is it 5? It's 5:28. Sorry. There it is.
their paychecks are coming from, because our compensation plan offers like, I don't know, 7 or 8 different ways of generating income, which is super cool. Like even last year we added the mixed bike commissions, which are incredible. You also get subscription commissions off of Beachbody On Demand and Body, which is a large percentage of paychecks now. So anyway, we're learning today in our thread. We're dissecting, we're chatting, because that's my focus this year, is to teach my coaches and whoever joins me as a coach, which by the way, I have 2 new coaches to mentor so far in the month of January to kickstart their business. I'm looking for 8 more. So if you're interested, message me today. But this is what we're talking about. We've had some serious conversations about income lately and how we feel as women, sometimes we downplay that and our ability to earn. And I want that to change. There is a wreath right by my head. Christmas is almost down here, but not completely, clearly. Let me put this over here. Anyway, we're changing that this year. We're getting loud about it because it's needed, it's time, and I'm ready to rock and roll.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I don't even know what to say.
That's
What-
the
that's
same
exact
exact speech from
speech
Tanya and
from
Letitia.
Keyshawn. Exact words. They must have received a script. So they're really pushing. Oh no, these are the different ways that you earn money.
Well, because is it Modere that says that they have so many different ways? I think they're trying to to compete specifically with where people are going.
Yeah.
But the thing that kills me, I put this in our chat last night. It's like saying Walmart saying we have 100 different ways for you to make income. And because we sell beauty products, we sell automotive. No, it is all sales commission. That's one way. That's one way. Sales commission or recruiting and bonus that you get from recruiting.
Yep.
But it doesn't make any sense. And for her to actually have the audacity to say that a lot of the money on their checks is coming from body subscriptions, and subscription renewal, what? No, I would like to see that. I'd like to see some receipts on that, because no.
Wow. Oh my god. Well, are there any for this year coming up? Are there any what would y'all want to see happen with Beachbody /body/ like what would you feel would be successful outcome for some of the content that we create to try to help others see the stuff that goes on behind the scenes in Beachbody?
A documentary.
Oh my gosh.
God, that
That
would be
incredible.
fantastic.
Go
bankrupt,
bankrupt. Jenny.
Well, because honestly, and I think one of the reasons that we have such a hard time with it is because there was so much potential there, and there are some good parts, right? Nobody joins a bad thing. There's good in it.
Sure.
But it feels like they've gone so far, like their original programs were good and they were fun, and their meal plans were good. Like it was fine. But I think Carl has taken them so far out. I don't know. Maybe Carl could do the documentary because he's a producer.
It started
right.
with
He's
Autumn coming aboard.
Yeah. I think I would hope that maybe more people find Beachbody content, and even if they're not willing to leave, that it gives them the courage to speak up in the groups, and that it's not, and we know what happens. We at least last Monday when the girl who had been helping us sneak into the Emily's calls, they shunned her on every single platform. They blocked her. I mean, she canceled her account, but it's like it's them trying to control the narrative is pretty strong. So her response, wow, that's gross that they do that, and I feel bad for people that go into debt. So this is Alex. She's the one who, she's okay now. She actually canceled her coach account the same night, but she was staying in to help the Snark crew and stuff with Emily's team. And anyways, I just hope more people speak up. I hope that more people feel the freedom that they can leave if they want to in Beachbody. And in a perfect world, let's say MLMs wouldn't exist, but they do here. I wish Beachbody and Carl would just pivot, that they would get rid of their MLM model and that they would take away all the programs that are crap and then keep the programs that are good and just put it on a platform where people can buy it if they want to and there's no coaches anymore. I don't know. That's never going to happen.
If he pivots away from the MLM model, he loses all of his customers.
Yep, you're right.
Because Carl is coach number 1.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
That would be my opinion as well.
How interesting. Is that why he was okay just getting $1 paycheck last year, because he was in the commissions from all the people below him?
Well, and just he was also still getting bonus, I believe. He was still getting bonus, just not. Yeah.
Because I remember him talking about, the 7 founders, and these 7 founding coaches were him and Tracy Morrow and Tony Horton and a couple other people that Tony Horton knew. And it was just, who else?
And then
Mike Karpenko too.
I think he was one of the first. Well, and then if they weren't the first, then all of Shalene's people are pretty dang close. Yeah. They're all pretty dang close. And Jenny, like the CEO is a coach. That's true in a lot of the MLM companies. A lot of them are rep number or coach number or whatever, number 1. So everybody falls under them.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow. I always am like, oh no, that can't be. And it's like, I'm the most gullible person on the planet. And so glad I'm in y'all's group, because I'm like, what? That really? I'm shocked literally all the time. And I've been watching this content for 10 months now. So it's just, oh my God. Oh, shoot.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just the deeper you get in, and it's like once the house of cards starts falling for you, you start finding out all of this other stuff. And then you're like, that makes sense. It makes sense why that happened or why they made that choice. Or like, I mean, isn't Autumn a coach? Is Autumn a coach?
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
She could be.
Yeah.
Right? Is it even legal? Someone asked.
It definitely is a conflict of interest, in my opinion, as well as, them using their platform and bringing people over into these diet bets. I think that is conflict of interest too, because they're utilizing their network from another company to make money. That, it just seems twisty. It seems like it's murky water. And
but they don't feel like anybody's watching them. They don't feel like anybody is going to care. And it has been shown to them that they're not. And so now that people are watching them, they don't know how to handle it. They don't know what to do. And I think Carl's panicking.
Yeah.
Well, I have a feeling we're going to have an Autumn rant soon, because she's been very quiet on social media lately.
Yeah, especially for the first of the year. But I think once she gets back in LA, she'll be back on it.
I saw her talking about she's on Body a couple times this next week, and then she has her body block, and she has all of these things that she's been doing.
And she's been training to go on that hike.
Oh yeah.
On a treadmill? No.
Not the same.
She's gonna be miserable.
And what's the elevation of where she's going versus where she is training? Because my guess is
another 3,000 feet higher.
Oh my God.
Oh, she's gonna get wrecked.
It would kill me. I would
the same thing with the girls that are in South Carolina that are going to do it too.
Yeah, because even I would run in Seattle. Running in Seattle compared to running in Idaho is a whole different ballgame because of the elevation changes.
Yep.
And if you're not doing some of those things for training, you're going to be toast. You're going to hate life.
Yep.
Who else is doing
Yeah,
it? So Jenny said Erin's doing it. Who else is going?
Christina
Moira.
Delgado.
Oh, Moira's
Moira.
going too.
Interesting. Oh, shout out. Here's a question. If any
Tanya,
of y'all are in the Slay Squad group in 2023, we would love a link because, anyways, it doesn't matter who you send it to. We would love to take a peek in there because they've archived the old group and there's
And
stuff
honestly,
that goes on behind the scenes. Yeah.
I would say that with everything. Like if you see this, if there are some calls that you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened, that need to be talked about, send them to us. Like we are more than willing to talk about the problematic behavior of the top coaches.
Yep. Oh, and if you're the type of person that you like grabbing content, I'm going to be doing a training on Erin's channel for people how to grab content easier and like some tools and tips and tricks if you're because for example, Vimeo will block sound downloading it one way, and if you can do this the other way, you can grab the video and the audio at the same time. There's some protections on there from people doing what we're doing, and we're doing it to try to uncover the deceptive practices. But if you want to do like try to help the movement or whatever and you need some tips or just learn how to do it, we're going to be doing that coming up shortly. So
that's awesome.
Well, I hope we get to snark a lot this year. I love getting to snark with y'all, and yeah, I guess we'll catch everybody on the next live stream. And I don't know what else to say. Do y'all have any closing words? Or you?
No, just protect your peace of mind on social media right now because it is wild.
Yeah,
it is wild. So be careful.
The only detox I recommend is a social media detox.
Yep.
Any account that makes you feel like shit about yourself, or you think I need to do that, just unfollow, just block.
Yep.
It's the only one.
Protect your mental health, protect your emotional health and physical health. Make sure you're eating enough, make sure you're getting enough sleep, and we'll catch you on the next live stream. So bye everyone.
All right.